Okay, my sink's a lot cleaner now. So right here, we have our cold water line, our cold water source valve, which is shut off, and the hose removed from it. And then the hose that would have been attached to it is right here. We're gonna screw those with this, or we're gonna screw this in between the two. So this part right here on the bottom will go on to this. The top part right here will go up into this, and this part we will connect to our line for the drink pod. Now, the first thing that we're going to want to do, there's an order to this that I personally prefer, which is first, if you notice, this part moves around and twists, so the rest of it can be stationary. The top part is not that way, and as you can see, these hoses, this part does not like to twist and pivot very well. So the first one to attach, in my humble opinion, for ease of use, would be this piece right here. And now my lovely wife will hold the camera while I demonstrate. It's pretty simple. You just stick this up into here and twist it around and around. This type of connection is a 3/8 inch compression connection. It's the most common by far in the US. And then I grabbed the wrong wrench, but it still fits. Is this the 17? Maybe this one. Oh, this is the perfect one. So for it, we're going to be using a 5/8 inch wrench on this part to tighten it. And just get it as tight as you can to avoid any potential leaks. All right. Okay. Whatever. All right, now we're going to attach the second part that's easier to do is attaching the hose for your drink pod onto this. So you remove the nut at the bottom. And then, as you can see, there's a little lip right there. We want to get the hose all the way up over this lip. First, more importantly, so the end it's screwed off on, which is this end with the threads on the inside versus the one that's got the piece, we want to stick that through the hose. And we're going to use some of those. All right, so there we have it butted up, or almost butted up, all the way against it, like that. And then we pull this down and over the top and screw it on. There we go. Got it all the way on. And finally, and I don't think there's going to be a good way of videotaping this, we'll stick this up onto the top here. And you want to make it as tight as you possibly can to avoid the leaks. And I know you guys are hearing a lot of grunting and it's taking a long time, but I honestly can say this is, my kitchen sink is the worst. I did not do the plumbing, and the layout of it is incredibly awkward. Okay, now that's tightened on, and assuming you would have connected the other end of the line to one of these and have it shut off, which perpendicular means shut off. So for going to your drink pod, which this is already connected, then you would turn on the water source valve counterclockwise. Until it doesn't go anymore. Like that. And then this one is where you can shut it off at the source, but you would turn it that way, I believe. Yep. To turn it on and allow the water to flow. And that's it for that one. Okay, so let's wrap up here really quick on the different pieces for connecting it once you have the water line to the back. So we have here is piece K, which we'll use if you're connecting the external filter. And we have a couple of these pieces C. We're only going to need one since I'm only going to be hooking it up for input and not output so far. And then we have right here piece F. And we have our tubing. which is our rear filter attachment, which is I, and then the mounting bracket. So first things first, we're going to go back here, and since we're not doing an output, we're just going to remove the plug from the input. And to do that, we'll just pop the retainer clip off and then depress the sleeve on the quick connect while pulling out on the plug, like so. Next, we're going to put the mounting bracket in, so it slides up. Then over here on the side, the hooks slide into the bottom, and it clicks down like that. Next, for putting the filter head on, because we want it'll be straight on when it's locked in, so we're just going to rotate it 45 degrees counterclockwise, stick it in, and then twist back 90 degrees so it locks and the lines line up right there. And we will take that and slide it down into the slot if you want it there, or again, you can set it somewhere else. Next, we're going to take part, I can't remember the names, it's on behind K here, and this top piece will go in right there. You just slide it in all the way. It's very difficult to do when you're also holding a phone, but there you go. And the bottom, because this is the water's going to go in up here and then out and down through here, which we will then connect into the input port right here. Push it all the way in, pull it back to make sure it's locked. We're good. And last of all, part J right here, which did not make it in some of the boxes, and I'm very sorry for that. But it's just one of these, which you get two of in the package, about a 10-inch section of hose. It really doesn't matter that much on that part. And this piece right here, which isn't necessary, it literally just makes this turn a corner, which the hose bends by itself. So the whole point of that is when you're connecting here, you just want to shut off that you can turn off water to the appliance. If you're having to remove a filter, we're having to do any kind of maintenance. And so that literally is all it is just creating another section of hose and one of these between the rest of your line that runs to the water source. So literally all you do is you take this, stick your small section of hose in one end, make sure it goes all the way in, because it's going to have some resistance at first. And once it's in, then pull it back to lock it. See how the sleeve is sticking out now? And it takes a decent amount of force. And then with the other end, you're just going to stick it in right here. Hold on, I have to cross brace my hand. There we go. Again, there's always that initial resistance, push past it to get it in all the way, and then pull out. And as you can see, it bends down just fine. And when it's connected to the water line, it'll have enough weight where it's not like sticking out all the way past. But that's it. That's all you need to connect it. For getting water into the drink pod, you would connect right here to the other end of your water line coming from this, and you're good to go. Make sure that this one's turned on, which is, this is the off position, and this is the on position, and that your cold water source line valve under the counter is turned on, and then this one, this is on, and which way does this one go? This is off. So once those two are on, you'll hear water running through. Once you hear the water stop running and it's filled all the way up, then you can power on the cooling and heating modes, if that's what you want, and follow the rest of the directions in the manual and you're good to go.